She is called an indigo child. Not every child has such abilities. She's a TV star. She began to play the legendary Ukrainian instrument, the Bandura, at the young age of 3. Its music fascinated me. Thus, she became the youngest bandurist of Ukraine. I like the Bandura because its melody is the soul. This little girl from Vinnytsia is called Sofiia Al-Hadidi. Her father is a Syrian, her mother is Ukrainian. She's been brought up in the traditions of Ukraine, and she is also called a unique child of the city of Vinnytsia. After all, she has mastered such a complex musical instrument as the Bandura. When I came to the first lesson, it was difficult for me to hold the Bandura, but I simply wanted to play it. Sofiia has a children's instrument, but it is still difficult for her. For a child, 5 kilograms is a rather heavy weight. During a concert, Sofiia performed a piece, and near her there was a student who helped her keep the instrument upright. The child was born in a creative family. Sofia's mother is a performer of folk songs. Sofiia started to travel with me since she was a year and a half. She sings, plays, and also performs various theatrical functions. Her music fascinated me. Obviously, the atmosphere in which she lives and also the surrounding really makes an impression that cannot be changed. The nail hits the string and shifts away at once. Pay attention to use your 5th finger as well. Please play the beginning of the tune once again, only with the right hand. 2, 3. You see, you hit them with your hand and withdraw it, like this. Well done. You have to play the Bandura carefully and exude the sound in a number of ways. She later told me that she needs this and she wants to play it, and I had to go to Marina and ask her to help. She said, "I do not work with such small children, it is impossible. How am I supposed to work with a 3-year-old child?" During lessons, the 3-year-old Sofiia caught attention by coming up with various images. I said, "Sofiia, please play the Bandura as if a mouse was running along its neck. And now a kitten came, and now this kitten ran after the mouse. Now listen please how the metronome sounds. 2, 3, and 1. Sofia's mother opens the closet and shows her daughter's wardrobe. The child prefers the Ukrainian traditional dress. Such clothing is called a stri. For me, it is a very important gift of God that I have such outfits. There are ribbons in her hair. The shirt is homespun, one piece embroidered along the bottom. On top of the shirt, mother puts a pinafore. The skirt is woolen with lining. The belt is woven. Sofiia inherited this outfit from her great-great-grandmother. Today is a bad day for Sofiia. She broke her nail. Any woman would be upset by this, but for a bandurist, this is a nuisance. After all, when playing on a bandura, the strum of the strings depends on nails. When I break my fingernail, for me it's almost a tragedy. I have special silicone nails that I put on my fingers so that I can properly play the bandura. And when I broke my fingernail, it was difficult for me to put on these silicone nails. Currently, Sofiia is mastering such a difficult bandura made in Kharkiv. This instrument is very difficult, because a 9-year-old girl must play it with 10 fingers at the same time. This is a completely different way of sound production on the instrument, and for Sofiia it is difficult, because her right and left hand must function at the same time to produce the right sounds. Now you can hear Allegro by Joseph Haydn. This melody cannot be performed on the ordinary bandura, since this opus requires the left hand to use an additional string, that is, the string that is located outside the neck. And this can only be done on the Kharkiv type of bandura. Generally, you need 21 days for any habit to form, but I still think that for a child, 60 days are required to get used to something and consolidate the habit. If a child does the same things at the same time for 60 days, they get used to it and it becomes easy for them to do it. And now the little Vinnytsia girl is flaunting another one of her luxurious attires. This is a traditional family outfit in the village of Bandurivka, Chechelnik County. The ribbon was embroidered by my grandma, according to an age-old fashion. Around my neck I have a zgarda and a necklace. I wear a one-piece shirt embroidered along the bottom. There's also a pinafore, a woolen skirt, a woven belt and shoes. After showing off for a while, it's time to play and sing. This is Sofiia on the stage together with the musical group Ethno Workshop Kolo, in which the mother of the girl, Yulia Vasuk, is a singer. In the band, Sofiia demonstrates yet one more of her talents. She plays on a wedding tambourine. But apart from this, the girl still has more talents up her sleeve. It's incredible, but the 9-year-old Sofiia plays not only the bandura, but also on 10 other unique instruments. In my hands you can see a traditional instrument, a wheel lyre. It was supposed to be played only by men, but I became interested in it and wanted to play it. It's hard to play because you have to turn the wheel and feel the distance between the keys. The well-known folklorist musician Anat Hotkevich called the keys klavitura. From beginning to end, the crank must be turned at the same speed in order to correctly produce the melodious sound. Here Sofiia plays a wooden flute. Here a clay ocarina. And here a modern grand piano. And this is the traditional Transcarpathian instrument, the tilinka. It is also played by shepherds in the mountains. Moreover, Sofiia has a unique voice. For this, the girl is called the guardian of the traditional folk singing of Ukraine. I started singing from the age of 1 and have been performing on stage since I was 2. A person engaged in the same activity all their life probably loses some development opportunities. The fact is, the human brain is arranged in such a way that it needs different types of activity in order for it to develop harmoniously. Sofiia is a regular participant of numerous all-Ukrainian festivals and international competitions. The girl is delighted to present bandura music to foreign delegations. In 2013, she became a representative from Ukraine and an honorary guest of the final gala concert of bandura players, kobza players, and lyre players at the World Bandura Congress. She's absolutely self-sufficient and has her own opinion on everything. When she makes a decision, it is very difficult to change her mind. It's hard to believe, but at the age of 5, this little girl from Vinnytsia became the winner of the regional contest Person of the Year in the nomination Young Artist. And when she was 6, she won the All-Ukrainian Prize Miracle Child, included her in the top 10 most amazing children of Ukraine. There, I found many friends. She met all the Ukrainian stars which took part in it. She made friends with all of them there. On this photo, Sofiia is standing with Ukrainian stars Nina Matviyenko, Vitaly and Svetlana Bilonoshko, Vyacheslav Uzelkov, Ruslana Pisanka, Andrei Shevchenko, and Orest Luty. The small girl strives to achieve the same success as the well-known Ukrainian celebrities. Sofiia is a very creative child. She has a beautiful, harmonious ear for music. She has the blessed talent for reproducing any melody on the instrument very quickly. Also, Sofiia inspired her teacher to write a book. This learner's guide was designed specifically for teaching children how to play on the bandura from the age of 3. The teacher wrote this guide and had it published as soon as she began to work with Sofiia and then understood exactly which approach to teaching such small children to play is the most effective. We have 5 liners in a 5-story house, and on each floor we have different notes, which have their own character. For example, F means she's tearful. She sits and cries between the floors, while G is a sunny and very cheerful note.
Нотка соль – це сонячна, дуже весела нотка.
Authenticity, colorful costumes, unique musical instruments. Sofia's mother has brought her daughter up in the style of Ukrainian traditions and customs from a very young age. Because she constantly lives among songs, carpets, bows, and pisanki, she does not know that other people live differently. Yulia Vasuk reassures, family education is the basis for the formation of a child's personality. I bring up my child according to perhaps very strict Ukrainian traditions. My mother, my native motherland Ukraine, my grandmother, and the whole family is very important for me. This talented girl revives not only the unique ancient musical art of Ukraine playing on the bandura, but also creates special matanki dolls with her own hands, as well as the traditional Ukrainian pisanka. I am very proud that I was born in Ukraine and am able to reconstruct everything that is truly Ukrainian from the bygone years. The mother is positive thanks to the fact that her daughter was born at the crossroads of 2 nations and 2 cultures that are constantly struggling for peace. This young girl has learned to appreciate harmony and tranquility in the family and country. The girl is indeed a gift of God from 2 cultures and 2 countries. When the events of 2014 happened in Ukraine, Sofiia was 6 years old. She asked all the time, why did the hostilities begin? Who are these people who came to our land? Why is this happening? And I had to tell her the truth. Russian troops invaded the territory of Ukraine, and I tell her things everyone else is basically silent about. And then she asks, why does my father not live in Syria? I answered, because there is also a war in that country. She asks, how so? This was the moment when the child fully understood and identified herself. Sofia's mother believes that the military aggression in Ukraine influenced the development of her daughter's consciousness even more. She became even more convinced that she had to learn to protect her people and her culture. She witnesses the destruction of her father's culture, her father's country, how they destroy her mother's culture and her mother's country, and then she understands and has no further questions. At her age of 9, this girl already knows exactly what she wants to do in the future. In the future, I want to become a famous bandura player and promote the bandura and Ukrainian songs all throughout the world. You can be a specialist and a professional in everything. You can reach any peaks, but being a good person is the most important and paramount thing. Therefore, I want my child to become a good person. The girl is dismissive of her achievements. She says that you have to play and sing even better so that people will become kinder to each other and smile more. For Ukraine to win the war in the East, it is important to sing a lot and to constantly show and play the famous Ukrainian instruments such as the bandura and the wheel lyre. Only then will Ukraine be victorious. Daring and talented, bold and restless, independent and happy, they're our future. They're the future of Ukraine.